What's going on, world? Mike here from Blink Media, and today I'm going to be talking to you about cramming in. Well, I'm not going to talk to you about it, I'm showing you how I cram in 7 car videos in 2 hours. Is that a blue light? Oh dear. Frick. I think I might just curve my wheel. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I haven't done a lot on it at all recently, so let's give it a go. Today I'm going to take you behind the scenes on a shoot. Today I'm taking you behind the scenes on a typical photo shoot day for RevComps. RevComps are one of the biggest raffle sites that are in the UK, and I do the video content of them. So today is going to be one of the typical days where I film a bunch of vehicles in a short amount of time. Now the time frame that we've got is about 2 hours, so I'm going to try and film, I think there's 7 or 8 cars in about 2 hours today, and I'm going to take you behind the scenes with me. Now all of these cars will be stationary, so it's not going to be like we're going to be doing a feature film for each car, but each car is stationary in one location where all of the lads and I drive the cars to the location and we film them on like a conveyor. So this is the type of content which I normally do for RevComps. It's often more cinematic with rollers and drone stuff, but today it's all about speed and efficiency for these stationary shots so that the cars can be listed on the website, and it's generally on the same day, so they'll be listed on the website tonight. So I'm going to try and get some close-ups, some wide shots, some mediums, and I'll tell you all about the sort of camera that I'm using once we get there. Let's see whether I can do it. So basically there's 2 hours on the clock. I'll find out as soon as I get to the unit of how many cars there are, and let's crack on and see whether I can get it done. See how efficient I can be. So we've just picked up the cars. I'm in a Range Rover. I don't know which one it is. It's massive. You'll see some clips in a sec. But I'm just going to talk to you about the gear that I'm using. So for this behind the scenes I'm using Osmo Pocket 3. But for my main shoots I'm using a Sony FX3 on a 35mm prime, and it's on an RS3 gimbal with a little monitor on the top. And that's generally the setup which I use for all these stationary shoots. And I know that stationary shoots sound easy, but it's all about getting the right angles, the right shots, just the right compositions for each of the stationary shots, because there's nothing really to sell a story while you're just doing stationary. So you've got to just get a bit more cleverer with your angles, especially with videography. With photography, you can get some, like running in the bush. Why is he running in a bush? With photography, you get cool angles, you can get close-ups, you get badges, and you want to go for the same angles as you do with photography, but with videography when you're doing stationary shots, so it doesn't look boring. So you see those really cool like shots, but instead of it being still, like for a photo, they're going to be stationary, but moving slightly with the camera. Does that make sense? I don't know if it makes sense. Basically like this. Why are my feet so wet getting out of the car? I know, I don't know what's going on with me today. Everything's a little bit Everything's a little bit all over the place today. Right, it's nearly time for the 2-minute silence for Poppy Day. I'm in an Audi SQ7 now. We filmed everything. Do you want to know how long it took? I'll tell you when I'm back in the office, when I'm doing some editing. So hang fire for that. Right, I'm going to do my 2-minute silence. And I will see you back in the editing room. So I was in that car park for 2 hours and 3 minutes, which means that I think that we nailed the 7 cars in 2 hours. Now we've got to edit, but first is coffee. So the first thing that I did was figured out which cars we were going to film. Then everyone pulled up in a specific car, and then the person that drove that car cleaned that car so that all the cars were wiped down, ready to go. And once all the cars are wiped down and ready to go, we take the car which needs to go into the room first. So that gets filmed and photoed first. Once that's photoed and filmed, it's then taken away by one of the drivers, and then we move on to the next car. Then once the next car is done, we then move on to the next one, and the next one, and the next one, until they're all done. And then they all get taken back to the unit where they're kept, and then we come back here, well, I come back here to do my editing. Most of the videos that we filmed today need to be edited by tonight. So we have to take all of that footage, get it onto the computer and get it edited by the time that the cars are put onto the website. And then as soon as they're edited, they get put into the Dropbox and they are ready to be used on the website. So as soon as I'm back to the office, I get the memory card out of the camera and that goes straight into the hard drive. So it's all saved and done. Then I open up Premiere Pro on the computer. I've got a Mac Studio. I open up Premiere Pro and I start editing each video. Magic. Once we're done, they all get put onto the Dropbox, and then we move on to the next day. So 7 cars filmed in 2 hours. Yes, it's possible, but edited as well and completed, not so much. So if you want to see some more stuff about cars and the bits and pieces that I'm doing with these feature films as well, then just let me know. Just stick it in the comments or just like the video so that I know that you've actually watched it and you're interested in it. And I'll show a bit more. I know there's loads and loads and loads of automotive videographers that are out there and photographers as well, and it's great. The community is huge, but there's a lot of cars that are out there. So there's space for everyone, right? And we should all love what everyone else is doing because we're all doing the same thing. Peace and love. Right, I'm going to crack on getting these edited and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.